video is sponsored by ShiftCam. You know how today's smartphones come packed with built-in lenses? Here's the thing. External lenses can still take your phone photos and videos to a whole new level, no matter what kind of phone that you're using. In this video, I'm going to share 6 reasons why you might still want to use external lenses for your smartphone. We're going to jump right into it with reason number 1. Smartphone lenses can enhance the image quality by improving sharpness and clarity, and also reducing lens distortion and chromatic aberration. If you don't know what chromatic aberration is, it's this purple and green fringing that you sometimes get around the edges of your subject whenever you're shooting in high contrast scenarios. What's really cool about this specific phone lens that I'm using is that they have fluorite crystals in their composition, which is ideal for reducing fringing, and it's actually the first mobile lens on the market that has these fluorite crystals in them. Now, before I go on to the other 5 reasons why you might need a smartphone lens, let me introduce the ShiftCam smartphone lenses that I'm using. They are extremely durable and hefty, and they attach to your phone's camera via a specific ShiftCam phone case, which is compatible with iPhone 11 onwards and the Samsung Galaxy S23 series. Or you can also use the ShiftCam universal mount to clip the lenses onto your camera if you have another type of smartphone. This may sound familiar if you've used any competing products, but these ShiftCam lenses are brand new. They just came out this month. So they're made to be the most compatible with and take advantage of all the features of modern-day smartphones, such as my iPhone 14 Pro. Now, there are 7 total lenses in the ShiftCam Pro Lens series, plus a couple of filters. So in this video, I'll walk you through all of these products while also giving you 5 more reasons why you might still want to use a smartphone lens today. Speaking of, reason number 2 to use a smartphone lens is if you want to take close-up macro shots. Now, newer phones like my iPhone 14 Pro can shoot macros if you get within 2 centimeters of your subject. But ShiftCam has 2 macro lenses that take it a step further. Now, if you use this 10 times traditional macro lens, you can get up to 1 centimeter of your subject, which is even closer than my iPhone can get. This is ideal for shooting static subjects that you can get really close to. Now, ShiftCam also has a 75mm long-range macro lens, which is the biggest and heaviest lens of the lineup, but it's also my favorite because it does something that smartphone cameras and some regular cameras can't do. You can get a small subject in focus from 5 to 7 centimeters away. This is ideal for moving subjects like insects. Plus, you can avoid getting your shadow in the shot by being farther away. Reason number 3 to use an iPhone lens is to get a wide-angle shot at higher resolutions, plus with little distortion. Now, my iPhone 14 Pro does have a 13mm wide-angle lens built in, which is really great for getting super wide shots. But it can produce some distortion on the edges, and it also only takes 12-megapixel photos. The ShiftCam 16mm wide-angle lens attaches to the iPhone's main camera. I can now shoot wide-angle stills at up to 48 megapixels. Now, while this lens is a touch more narrow at 16mm versus 13mm, this does mean that my wide-angle shots are less distorted and more natural looking. The next ShiftCam lens here is the 60mm telephoto lens. Now, it's not as powerful as my iPhone 14 Pro's built-in 77mm telephoto lens, but again, that one only captures 12-megapixel stills. Like the wide-angle lens, the ShiftCam telephoto lens screws onto the main camera, so it can now shoot 48-megapixel telephoto stills. You can also stick the 60mm lens on the iPhone's 3x zoom, which won't get you 48-megapixel stills, but it will let you zoom in even further to your subject. Reason number 4 to use a smartphone lens is to get the fisheye effect, which is something you can really only do with an actual lens, such as the ShiftCam 200-degree fisheye lens. Now, if you're not familiar with it, the fisheye lens deliberately creates a barrel distortion while capturing a super wide-angle shot. It's definitely meant for creative uses, but it can also be super helpful for shooting architecture or a POV shot. Now, the next reason why you might want to use a phone lens is if you want to shoot anamorphic, which gives you a cinematic look with a widescreen aspect ratio that results in black letter boxes on the top and the bottom of your shot. Plus, it gives you a really distinct horizontal lens flare in certain shooting conditions. Now, ShiftCam has two anamorphic lenses, a 1.33x and a 1.55x. Both of these lenses compress the image height, but the 1.55x compresses it at a higher ratio. So any scene that's shot with an anamorphic 1.55x will be wider than those shot with the anamorphic 1.33x, but they have a lot more distortion. Now, one thing to note about anamorphic lenses is that they require post-processing to de-squeeze the image. So you want to make sure that you know what you're doing before you start shooting with them. In fact, if you're going to be using these ShiftCam lenses with your camera, it's recommended that you don't use the stock iPhone camera app. You should actually use another camera app that enables you to shoot anamorphic and also enables you to shoot with these lenses on top of your camera. If you use the native camera app, it's not going to be able to recognize that there's a lens there, so your shot might look a little wonky. And the final reason to use a phone lens is to add filters, like a circular polarizer, which minimizes reflections and darkens the skies for landscape shots, or a neutral density filter, which reduces the amount of light that's coming into your shot, which is ideal for shooting in ultra bright conditions and also maintaining a cinematic shutter speed to get natural looking motion blur in your video shots and also shoot long exposure photos. ShiftCam has both a circular polarizer and a variable neutral density filter, which you can easily attach directly to the front of some of their lenses, like the wide, telephoto, and long range macro lenses. Or you can also attach them directly to the front of iPhone lenses if you use their adapter. So those are 6 reasons why you might still need to use an external lens for your iPhone or Android phone, plus an introduction to the brand new ShiftCam LensUltra series. Now, these lenses can be purchased individually or in bundles. Now, while they are more expensive than their competitors, I do think that they're worth the extra cost. I've used quite a few smartphone lenses in the past, and I have to say that I'm really impressed by the build quality and the resulting image quality of these lenses. They don't feel cheap at all, and I especially love the 75mm long-range macro lens and the anamorphic lenses, as both of these lenses give you something that you can't achieve with your phone by itself. One other unexpected thing that I really like about ShiftCam is their phone case, which looks sleek and professional, but more importantly, it feels so nice in the hands, and all of the side buttons click without any problems. And also, my phone case is MagSafe compatible, so I can still use my MagSafe charger and my brand new MagSafe wallet, which is not by ShiftCam. I'll do a separate video review on it later. But to be honest, even if I didn't need the lenses, I would use the ShiftCam phone case by itself because I like it so much. But anyway, back to the cost of these lenses. Each one is pretty well over $100. And you can actually get the full kit of all 7 lenses plus the 2 filters. It'll cost you quite a bit, it's over $1,000, but you're getting a lot of really high quality gear for it. Also, these ShiftCam lenses will ship with zippered cases to protect them. So anyway, I'd love to hear what you guys think, if you've ever used smartphone lenses in the past, or if you're curious to try them. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you're ever in doubt, just shoot it.